Yo, what's up, everyone? You guys doing good? How come my stream is in 720p? Hang on, I gotta check something. No, it works fine. All right, that's good. Hi, everybody. How's it going today? Hope you're all doing very well. I'll start it in like 5 minutes maximum. Just let some people get on here. It's December the 28th today. And near the end of the year already. Holy cow. That's crazy how fast it's the end of the year is reaching already. If you guys thought that this was a good year, it should have been a really profitable year for people. Like, it should have been extremely profitable for everybody that knows anything about crypto or that is in crypto, that has put in effort, that has studied, that have been investing. Like, it should have been a profitable year. And I'm sorry to say this, but if it wasn't a profitable year for you, you are doing something majorly motherfucking wrong. Like, I don't mean to be a dick when I say that, but if it's not profitable for you, you got to take a look at what you're doing wrong and how it can be profitable, because this year was an amazing year of many, many coins that have gone tremendously to the upside. My portfolio has more than doubled already, and it started like it almost tripled already, and it started at 1.4 million. And then I have another 500K to add near the halving event. So my portfolio grew well to 7 figures plus now. So and day trading wise, like every day there was something to trade. There was never something to not trade, right? Every day we logged on, there was like something going crazy, like 20 to 30%. Like there were some periods where it was a little bit slow, but you know, we had some major coins moving. Like I remember RNDR, MKR during the summer, right? So, and if you didn't do well I'm not trying to make people feel bad. I'm trying to give you perspective, okay? Like if you didn't do well this year, there's not going to be some magical thing that's going to happen that's going to allow you to do extremely well in the bull market, right? It's not going to work like that. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have to really dig deep down and be like, what am I doing wrong? And how am I going to change this so I can do well next year, right? So really look at it that way. So it might have to go back to like, you need to learn some rules that to set forth for yourself. Maybe if you're struggling with leveraging, you need to really stop fucking doing it and find some discipline, right? By building some repetition. If you're just chasing parabolic coins and you're losing, stop that, right? You got to really figure out what you're doing wrong this year. This year, everybody needs to go sit down, think about your trades, like go for a long fucking walk or something. Like go for like a 1 hour walk and just start to think about all the times that you screwed up when it came to trading, and think about what you could have really done better. Maybe some specific trades will come to mind. Maybe some specific things that you do, like bad habits, will come to mind, right? You got to really be able to pinpoint what you did wrong so you can try to improve every single year. If you don't do that, you will not become this trader that you could be, right? Think about someone who is doing what I'm describing, which is doing like a deep analysis of what they did wrong and trying to figure out a game plan to actually change their habits, okay? Like someone who does that versus somebody who, you know, doesn't do anything. They take a loss on a trade, they think about it for like 5 minutes, like, ah, crap, I lost because of this. And then they say, I won't do it again. But tomorrow, like the next day, right? The next day, they won't even remember what the F they did wrong, because it's probably happened so many times that it's just like a habit now. So I'm just trying to give you guys some solid advice if you want to truly do well in the next bull markets, okay? Analyze what you're doing wrong, do a deep analysis, write it down, figure out a game plan to prevent yourself from making these mistakes. I think that the key to any successful trader is resilience and especially consistency, right? And discipline, of course, that's understood as well. But that discipline is going to have to drive you to build that resistance, that resilience as well, so you can become a better trader. That's going to minimize these mistakes that you make, right? The less mistakes that you make, the less times you let a small loss turn big, the less times you leverage like an idiot, right? The less times you go for some random trade because of FOMO, the less times you trade that stupid parabolic coin, right? The less times you minimize these mistakes, it's going to improve you as a trader overall. Okay, so just imparting some wisdom. Hi everybody, good morning. Yes, I do live in Turkey. No, I don't want to meet anybody. If you're asking to meet, I don't give a shit about meeting people. No offense. I like to live in my little castle, and I don't like to see people. I'm not a social person. Even though you might see me like this, I'm incredibly introverted, and I just don't like to see people. I don't want to meet Turkish people, no offense. I don't want to meet anybody. I just want to stick to my little bubble, hang out with my 4 cats and iguana and wife, and trade. That's literally all I want to do in life. Nothing personal, okay? I just don't like to meet people. Sometimes people are like, hey, I'm stopping by Turkey. Do you want to have coffee? I'm like, no, I don't want to have coffee because Turkey's so damn big. Like Istanbul has 17 million people. By the time I meet up with you and have coffee, I'm going to have to travel for like 2 fucking hours in Istanbul there, then 2 hours back. It's like, no, I don't give a shit about meeting anybody ever, okay? I just wanted to make that clear. Hello, Mr. from Nigeria. How do I deal with stress and fatigue? Maybe I'll answer some questions at the end. Okay, let's get into this right here. Okay, you should try something called ChatGPT. Like, I'm not saying that in a rude way, Mikhail, but you guys should download ChatGPT, and the questions that you have, like for example, how do you deal with stress and fatigue? Type that in. How does a trader? Let's go to ChatGPT and ask it. Like, make sure you say, first of all, like, put your mindset. Let's keep it to day trading, or let's keep it to investing. Like, say that first to ChatGPT. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys really quickly. My ChatGPT is always logged in. So let's go. Let's get into the mindset of a trader. Okay. So now I'm in the mindset of a trader here, okay? So it's gonna tell me some things, like everything that I'm telling you guys is pretty much, you know, like what I just pretty much told you, right? Summarized, but this is more, right? Emotional control, discipline, risk management, patience, adaptability, analytical skills, resilience, right? Everything I literally just told you. So if you asked it, like, how do you deal with stress and fatigue as a trader? Right? Like, this is really easy, right? You could just ask questions like this, and it's going to give you some really clear answers. ChatGPT is just freaking amazing for you to learn, right? And I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't actually know how to trade at all. I just use ChatGPT to fake motherfucking everything that I know. I'm just kidding, guys. Imagine if that was true. Oh, that'd be so funny. But use ChatGPT to ask questions like this, okay? Because it's really, really good for you to get these general answers. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, and by the way, like, I've been on fire, huh, guys? I've been doing really well. What's my P&L this month? Oh, I showed it already. I'm at, because I moved, right? I moved only like 8 days ago, right? So, and I have a lot of work to do in the house, but the house is like, it's coming along nice. You know, it's coming along nice. Believe it or not, I've lost 10 pounds in this house. 10 pounds because of all the stairs and sleeping regularly. Yeah, I still look really fat, but lost 10 pounds, and I've been moving, setting up the house, you know, things like that. I don't know which camera to look at. So lots to do in the house, right? I didn't get a chance to trade much, but I'm still up about $6,000 this week in like 7 days, which is actually in 9 days total, I'm up 9,000. So doing pretty good for moving into a new house. You know, it's paying for a lot of expenses. I'm sure that it's going to be a lot better when I settle in even more, right? And if you guys really want to take it to like another level, okay, like another level of learning, you got to get into my Discord group. You got to get into my new course, the Emergency Bull Market Survival Guide, right? Normally it's $199 for the course. Normally it's $50 for Discord a month. But if you want a lifetime membership with the course, DM me. I'm going to give you a package deal where you're going to get a lifetime membership to Discord. You're going to get the course and the new indicator that helps people find trades very quickly. So let's get into this. Bitcoin. Yesterday I made a trade with 2 Bitcoins. I made, what was it, guys? How much did I make on that? $1,400 on this trade. It was a fast trade too. Pretty good trade on Bitcoin. And I said in the Discord group, like exactly what I was going to do. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to long it, right? I said, tempted to long Bitcoin with 250K because I was noticing these patterns, okay? And then I said, fuck it, I'm longing Bitcoin for a few days. But I didn't actually long it for a few days. It was just for like an hour or two. Okay, so what Bitcoin's doing right now is it's forming this type of pattern. Just like we've seen it before. But it doesn't mean these types of patterns can continue forever. Oh, you guys don't see me. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Better. Okay, yeah, yesterday I said was going to long it, right? Because it's been looking like this. You didn't miss anything. Don't worry, guys. So it's got this pattern where it looks very bullish still, and it has potential to smash up. But a descending triangle can break up, just like how an ascending triangle can break down. Let me give you 2 examples of descending triangles that break up. Okay, so here's a descending triangle that breaks up. Let me clear up my screen a little bit. See that? See right here, this is a descending triangle. If you look at it on a different time frame, it looks better, right? That's a descending triangle, which broke upwards by 10%, which I also called in the Discord group. Because, oh, sorry, this is Inge. I saw Inge doing this, and then the day later, Saul did something very, very similar. Okay, Saul did something like this as well. So you will see often that descending triangles can break up. So you can't always assume that an ascending triangle, see the break going upwards? You can't always assume that it's going to break to the upside just because we see an ascending triangle, right? But as far as we can see right now, it's looking bearish as F though, because, well, the 2-day MACD is finally crossing over and it's even higher, right? This is not a good sign when you see like the histogram lower, but this over here is still raging to the upside like that entire. It's not a good sign. So on the 4-day, you're starting to see a decline as well. Like, of course, it can always recover. And especially because we're like 2 weeks away from a possible ETF approval as well. I don't know how that's really going to play out. But what I do know is this, okay? Hear me out. Binance is losing market share by a tremendous amount right now. Like, I think at the beginning of 2023, they were at like 46% market share or something like that. They went up after the whole FTX thing, but now at the end of the year, they're at 36% market share right now. So they're declining. Not only that, they're pulling out of America, right? They pulled out of Canada, right? Which is really big in crypto. Like Canadians are really into crypto. I'm sure you guys know that. That's a big market, man, Canada. And now America is going to be gone too. So you can't even buy in spot anymore, right? So because they're going to be gone, the leaders would be Coinbase, right? They're the only ones who have been the most transparent everywhere. So they're doing pretty well. And then Wall Street will be forced to, or sorry, not forced, but Wall Street will end up dominating because of the spot ETF. So when you think about market share in general for Binance, it seems very likely that they're going to just kind of slowly shrink over time. Not only that, if you take a look at other exchanges, they're all having their own token, like BNB, for example, right? So BNB is definitely not a coin that I think people should invest in because of everything I just said. It's more likely to decline than go to the upside. Other exchanges are going to get market share and their tokens are more likely to go to the upside rather than Binance's. So that's just kind of like speculation and putting things together. So yesterday was a really good trade actually on here, and it's hitting the exact resistance. Like long term, I still believe we're gonna hit, not even long term, like soon, 2 weeks probably, sometime in January, we're gonna hit 48K. Like there's no doubt about it. That's my opinion. But for now, short term, we're just gonna be in this crappy ass triangle that's been descending and holding for like 7 days now. So unless, just make sure you watch this line, okay? Just keep sending alerts, like this, and keep putting it close, so you know that if it's gonna break above here, you can scalp that. It would be a wonderful scalp if it breaks that yellow line. Or even if it gets to the yellow line here at the bottom of the triangle here, it might bounce again, right? The reason I went into this trade yesterday is because it was breaking this high, right? It was like looking like it had the momentum to smash this high. And I'm a trader that trades the continuation. So I'm just looking at it. I'm like, okay, well, this looks like it wants to break to the upside. So maybe I'm going to enter it. An ascending triangle. And that's how I won this trade yesterday. And I took my profit around here. Right around, actually right at the top of there. So it was a great trade for 1.64% or something like that with an $85,000 position. So now short term, I'm looking for Bitcoin to break this yellow line or hit this bottom again, okay? And just on the big picture, we are looking at a golden ratio hit at 48K. So 48K is a really good price point. I would love for it to hit. Also, it coincides with the most recent high as well, around these ranges. So 48 to 50K. I don't see why we're not going to hit it anytime soon. So that's that. Okay, for now, let's take a look at the market and see if we can scan for something quick to trade. First thing I always do is I open up the crypto screener and I'm like, what's hot today? What's hot? And the answer is BSV. BSV, I remembered from yesterday doing some big gains. So I know that BSV is good, right? So this coin is pretty crazy. It's pretty difficult to trade, in my opinion, too. Okay, so yeah, I got this slight watch list right here. Okay, but nothing really major. Let's see if we can actually find a coin to trade using Philakone's chandelier exit indicator strategy. So let's turn it on. Let's go to like what time frame? How many days? Let's look for something trending for like something in the middle. A short time, if you're using this indicator of mine, which is only available by invite only, or if you have the new course, you get this indicator. Or if you make a donation to my fat chunky cat, okay? I'm serious. If you guys donate it to my fat chunky cat, have you guys ever seen her? She's very, very chunky. She's so chunky. If you donate a good steak dinner to her, you will get access to the indicator. Okay? It's simple. So there's a low time frame and then there's a high time frame. So let's just talk about this. If you want to look for something trending on a high time frame, longer term to swing, you'd probably be looking at a setting of like 7 days, okay? And then you'd probably be looking, and these are arbitrary. Like you can look for something close if you want or far. It's up to you. But if you want to find something trending, probably set it for 7 days. Okay, then you can customize it later and look for something with a high range within the 7 days that's trending with major volatility, or you can look for something that's close to the chandelier exit. If you wanted to look for something, for example, like day trading wise, just day trading only, okay, you probably set this to like, let's say 6 hours, okay? 6 hours we'll set it to, and these once again are arbitrary, okay? But then if you set it for 6 hours, you would probably end up looking on like a 15-minute time frame or something, okay? Like a 15-minute time frame would probably be the best, or even 8 hours, okay? 8 hours would be really good too, setting it for 8 hour, okay? So notice how it moved back there. So if you wanted to set it for like kind of a medium term, in my opinion, I'd probably set it for like something in between the like a day trading right? And something in between the longer swing, I would probably choose like on the day, I would choose like 4 days, okay? And then I would choose like maybe a 1 hour time frame, okay? Something like that. Or even like you can choose a 30-minute, right, time frame, or a 1 hour, or a 2 hour. So what do you guys want to do today? Do you want to look at a higher time frame? Because when you do the scan by yourself, you gotta set the parameters yourself, right? I don't mean to be rude here, but you gotta be a little bit creative and use, the old noggin there to customize these, right? No one can tell you the exact setting to use. It's all gonna depend on the scan that you want to do based on how the market is performing that day, okay? So I'm looking at my cat. You want to be on camera, Callie? Okay, so I'm going to set mine for a low time frame today. Maybe I'm going to set mine today to like 6 hours. Okay, and then now I'm going to go to a low time frame because I want to find something that's trending right now. Okay, let's do it. Let's just go through this really fast today. See if we can find something that's a gem, that's trending on the 15-minute time frame, that's either going upwards or sideways. This way we might be able to long it, right? So you're going to go through this whole list. I'm just going to sort it by the highest price. So right away, what we see is BSV. Oh, I didn't turn on my dashboard. I see BSV right away, okay? Do you guys see that? It's popping up basically everything green right now. So the stop loss range, for those that are new, it refers to the difference in the price between, the difference in the price where it is at now and the chandelier exit indicator. So it's about 3%, right? So if this parameter of yours, you put it to say 5%, anything under 5% for the SLR will light up green, right? And this range is not necessary to have. But this range, all that it does is it measures from the open of where the trend was set. So the trend was set for 6 hours. So this is where the green or the blue line is. So what it does is it tells you the price range, how much it has moved from the open of the candle to where the current price is now. And it says 14%, just like in the green box, right? This helps you identify something that ranges. Let's say you were looking for something, right? A parameter of yours would be, I'm looking for something bullish above the 15-minute time frame on over 6 hours, and it needs to be close to the chandelier exit indicator, and it needs to have moved more than 10%. So those are some parameters. You have to say it out loud and understand that. So if you're looking for something of that specific parameter, well, BSV is certainly the coin to be trading today. Not only that, you would say to yourself, holy crap, this coin right here is actually moving like 81% so far, and it has trended above the 15-minute chandelier exit indicator for the longest time. So if it has bounced, so this coin sucks in my opinion, because like for me, because the bounce, the rally started to happen before I was on. Just like yesterday too, the rally started like at 3 in the morning. I'm not on at those times, right? And by the time I came on, 12 to 6, right around here is where I was mainly working. It just was sideways all day. So I couldn't do shit with it, right? But now you see that it has bounced every time so far near the 15-minute chandelier exit indicator's time frame. So you got to ask yourself this question: could it bounce again? If it does bounce, right, do you want to long it? Another question you got to ask yourself is, well, you see where the price is at now, okay, and the stop loss would be slightly below it. So you just measure this range here. Do you want to risk about 4% of your money? Okay, if you risked 4% of your money, right, you got to understand why it's 4%. It's because that's where the price is at now, and this line here is going to indicate where your volatility changes. So that's why we missed our entry already. I missed it by 45 minutes because the entry should have been right here as soon as it was really, really close to the green line. Because the closer it is to the green line, the less you like your stop loss would be smaller. Does that make sense? So you got to enter it as close as you possibly can and just take a risk to see if it's going to bounce. And the basis for this trade, to understand why you're entering it, is because you would enter it because you say to yourself, it has trended bullishly the entire time so far on the 15-minute time frame, and the volatility, which refers to the chandelier exit indicator green line here. Remember, this is volatility. So you must learn what the volatility is, okay? You got to learn. Go to ChatGPT, go to YouTube videos, type in here, go to ChatGPT if you want. What is the AD indicator? Okay, so it's going to explain to you, right? The average true range, right? It's a technical indicator that measures volatility, okay? So it measures volatility, and that's important because it's not measuring the average prices, okay? So when the volatility changes, okay, this is the best tool in the world. If you don't understand something, go here, okay? Type in what is a chandelier exit indicator, even if you want to, okay? Or you can go on YouTube and, you know, read that as well. So chandelier exits kind of, you don't really need to know what it is. You just need to know how to use it, to be quite honest, right? That's kind of it. So use ChatGPT. If you don't understand something, ask, okay? Be one of those people, Mikhail, that does work yourself as well. You know what I mean? You got to put in time to learn things yourself instead of just ask questions. The people that just constantly ask questions, that are looking for answers, you know, like by from other people, that don't put in the work themselves, that doesn't go to YouTube, that doesn't even use the fucking internet, those people don't usually do well, Mikhail. The people that go out there and they search for the answer themselves because they're hungry to learn, those are the people that do very well, okay? You got to have a way to learn. A system to learn is just as important as learning like how to trade and having all those skills, right? I mean, just think about the difference in these two people. Like the people that's literally going out there and reading everything that they can and going to YouTube and using the internet, like the people that are hungry versus the guy that's like hanging in a YouTube chat, you know, asking a bunch of questions on YouTube. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude here, but I'm just telling you, that's the fact of life, right? So you want to enter it as close as you possibly can. And here it's kind of too late to enter because your stop loss would be too great, in my opinion. And I don't want to enter a coin that's like with a stop loss of 4%. So now I've got two choices. I got to wait for it to get closer or wait for a breakout. Because if a breakout happens, then I'll trade the continuation 100%. But right now, entering it, it would just be blind. So the best thing to do for BSV, in my opinion, just create an alert. Create an alert. So I will have an alert here. If it breaks above this high, I'll be notified. Right now, it's not worth the trade to enter because if you do, your stop loss, you'd be stopped out at like 4.5% or so, right? If it goes down. If it goes up, you just got lucky. You don't know if it's really going to bounce, okay? So then this indicator all lights up green, right? It like literally just lights up green across the board. So it's the ideal coin to trade. And now you can keep going, you know, like, and keep going fast. You don't need to go slow. Oh, by the way, it also shows the bearish side as well. It doesn't just track bullish coins. It can track bearish coins and point it out as well for the bear market, right? So you could just go down really quick. It takes like a few, like maybe 1 or 2 seconds, right, to load, but that's about it. Uni meets the bullish requirement, right? It's really close to the SLR, but the thing about it is the range is too low, right? It hasn't been volatile in the past 15 minutes, so I don't really want to enter it right now. Like if it was sideways like this and the green line was still sideways for a long time, then maybe I would want to enter it, right? If it was like sideways for a long time, right? But I don't want to enter. Like this coin is pretty decent. It might even break out, right, more, but the SLR is kind of high too. So it's up to you. Do you want to risk? Like some questions you can ask yourself is, do I want to risk? You know, it'll be like 4% or so to risk this coin. If I do risk it, there could be a huge breakout because it is trending, right? It is trending like since the beginning here, it's been trending like 14%. So maybe I'll put that coin on my watch list just so I can see how it's going to perform later. Okay? So that's a coin. I'll put this coin BSV on my watch list too, my major watch list. So then you would go down this list of yours and try to look for coins that are meeting this parameter. But keep in mind that finding a coin to trade, it's all going to be based off of the parameter that you set for yourself. So right now, to understand it more, you're looking for a coin on a short time frame in less than 6 hours that has been trending bullishly. Okay, and you're also looking for a coin that's kind of close to the green line, and you're looking for a coin that has range of over 10% in the 6 hours. So this is a specific short time period that you're looking for. But if you're looking for like a higher time frame, you could do that as well. So this is one method you would use to scan for a coin. And it's fast. Like, it's fast. You don't even need to look at the chart. You just got to look for these columns to light up, right? That's it. And because it does the work for you. Imagine doing 240 coins of manual analysis every single time. You would go insane. You would not be able to do any analysis over, like, it would take you like 6 hours to do more. Even if you spend 1 hour, 2 minutes on each one, that would be 480 minutes to do 240 coins. So you got to have a system that's going to, boom, point you to that coin to trade right away. So this is a low time frame. I'm just more so giving you guys an idea. And then for Discord, I'll find you guys something to trade later today. So now let's change it up to daily. Change it up to 4 days now, something in the middle. Okay, let's see if something's close to the SLR. Let's look for something kind of ranging. Like if it goes over 15%, that would be a good coin to look at. So this is more like a medium time frame. Okay, let's see if something has been trending on a medium time frame, like say a 2-hour time frame. Okay, so see this right here. This here is where it now begins. So it's now a period of 4 days. Okay, so let's see if we can find something that's green for 4 days. So nothing quite there yet, right? Nothing. We gotta wait. We gotta look for a coin where the trend lights up green. So you just gotta go over it. It'll take about 2 seconds per coin. So 480 coins, 240 coins. So it'll take you about 480 seconds, maybe like 500 seconds, maybe 600 seconds. But the point is, you can scan the market in about 10 minutes, all coins, right? And the next phase of this indicator is it's gonna manually, or it's gonna automatically do it for me. Okay, it's gonna keep scanning the market for me for the parameter that I set. Let's say I set this parameter, right? I don't actually have to manually do it. It'll do it for me in the background, and then it's gonna make me a list, right? It's gonna have a dashboard on a website that I'm gonna create, and then I can import that list to TradingView, which is gonna be like magic. Can you imagine how quickly and awesome that's gonna be? Damn, it's gonna be like the best indicator to find volatile coins in the world. So this coin is crazy. Aster, okay? So you never would have cared about it today because it never popped up here on the TradingView scanner. It only moved 4%. So you would have to literally scan every coin manually. You know what I mean? It would be impossible. But this coin, it 100% should be on your radar because it's moved 33% in like 4 days, and it's above the 2-hour chandelier exit. But we missed our freaking entry. If we were on like 2-3 hours ago or in the morning today, you would have caught it. Your stop loss would have been like 1% maximum, and you would be up right now like 5% already. So it's about timing as well, right? You can't time the market perfectly, but if you saw this earlier around down there, you would have caught this trade 100%. So this makes it on my watch list, okay? So you don't need to do TA on it now. The whole goal is to get as many coins as you can on a watch list, and then you manually filter through each of them independently. Okay, so you just gotta wait to see what's popping up green, and just keep going, man. Let's keep going. So you guys understand the difference between this and this one's good too. Like BNB, even though it's not trending, like, you know, it's not trending on a 1-hour time frame. I bet you it's trending on a 2-hour. No, not yet. But notice how like this coin is trending though, right? It's trending huge, 25% in 2 days. This coin is worth putting on your watch list as well. Okay, even though it's not specifically trending above the CE, that's fine because the volatility over 4 days deserves for you to put on your watch list. So sometimes you have to make that manual decision as well. This coin here, this one's 16%. That lights up green, but I don't like the structure of it, and I just hate BCH, like, to be quite honest. Fundamentally, I just hate that coin. I don't want to trade it. It's kind of like DGB or GMT. I don't like those stupid coins. This one here, sure, it trends above here. It both light up green, but due to like the stupid nature of wicks like this, also the range really low, it's not a coin you want to trade, right? So Gala is hot right now. Even though it's like not green for the trend, you got to take a look at the pattern, right? It's definitely forming some sort of pattern right now, right? 100% it's forming some sort of pattern. So this deserves to get on your watch list. So I got another watch list. It's called, check it out, it's called the correcting watch list, right? So this coin, even though it may not make it on the chandelier exit watch list, it makes it on the correcting watch list, okay? Which is my red one. So I will make this red because then if you're tracking the coins that are correcting, you might be able to catch a breakout. Therefore, what I'm going to do is add an alert for if the price gets slightly above that triangle. So this way, I'm going to be notified right away, right? So this is how you would manually build a watch list. I think every day it would probably take me like 1 to 2 hours maximum to do like a super detailed scan and narrow it down to exactly what coin to trade, right? So I'm just going to leave the video here because it's like been 38 minutes already, and that's a long time to be streaming. So I want to thank you guys for joining me in this video. Thank you very much always. I appreciate it. I hope you take my advice to heart, the one I gave you at the beginning about continuously learning and especially learning for yourself, right? So if you guys are interested in my Discord group, just give me a DM, man. Give me a DM, guys, if you really want to take it to another level. I'm serious. Like, my course is really well made. The Discord group, there's a lot of active people in there as well. There's so much resources. And this indicator by itself is worth it, right? So you're going to get access to all three right now for a holiday special price. I want to have more students. I want to see more of you do well. Put in the effort into yourself. Invest in yourself. It is worth it because you need to do well this next bull market. If you don't do well, you're not going to get a chance again. Because of diminishing returns, Bitcoin is not going to make these types of ROIs ever again. Like, trust me, it's the last year for you to start studying and do something incredible. And yeah, something small could turn into something big, but you got to have the skills, right? You can't just be a random person with no skills in trading and expect to do super well. It doesn't work like that, right? Myself, I can turn 10 grand into $100,000 in a bull market really easily, like super easily. I could probably turn 10,000 into $1 million. In 2021, if you guys remember, I started with $500 for that $1 million challenge. I got up to $385,000 before I'm like, this is enough. I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to trade because I was leveraging it high, right? I was leveraging it to like 1.4 million and stuff that I'm like, okay, this is just too much. I'm out. And it was near the end of the bull market. So around November, when I started to see declines, I had to stop as well. But if you guys remember that challenge, it was like it was called the buy a house in Turkey challenge, right? I grew $500 to $384,000 in about 2.5 to 3 months. It was crazy. So yeah, get the skills first, then go for the money.